Good morning to Starship Enterprise 25091119. This is Michael on the Idea Bubble Starship Enterprise, about to give you a demonstration of what we're going to do with contacts relationships throughout the departments, business and settings and all the different plugins we're developing. This is the first draft, so I welcome any feedback or improvements on this, so you know my Slack channel. In the contact section, we're introducing a notion of businesses as a type of contact, so that we'll be able to create a structure for a business and sub-departments of that business. We'll then be able to link contacts to those departments so that we can group off all the departments into the individual employees, so that all the different people have different departments and all those departments have a business linked to them. This is the screen that I'm proposing that we use for that. You have a new contact that'll be able to create a business or a department option, which are the new options. In the next screen, you'll see an example of somebody selecting the business contact. The tabs change as we've discussed here. Departments will obviously show you departments that are linked to that business, and the details screen will set this different settings that we're looking at setting up for the time off and timesheet settings that we have for the business. There may be extensions to this later on. We'll add settings in here. Please note that we can also add settings at the system level, so if you feel that the settings work better at a system level, we can of course discuss this. There is time preferences here to help in the notion of someone knowing the difference between what days are typically the opening hours of the actual college. This is open to discussion. Essentially, the customer said that they typically start at 9:10 and they close at 4:30. That's typical teaching times that they normally run courses from. So this is really the teaching times that they typically run in a particular day. They also have on average 7.5 hours a day, so that you can enter in and override this, of course, because it doesn't. This is the number excluding breaks. We're not obviously calculating the hours here. You'll manually put in the hours to confirm the active time that you're actually in a particular day teaching wise. Moving over to the department screen, once I select this tab up here, I can see departments, which will then open up this window here, which lists all the departments that I have linked to that business. So if I actually see here, I can see I click management. There's some also preferences that I can set at the department level. For example, annual leave and time to log per week. That's also set here. I can also see some basic information about contacts and settings and contacts and address information. I click on members and I can see, of course, another tab which will show me all of the different staff. Now I'm debating between the word members and staff at the moment. I'm thinking members is the best term. And I'll see all the members of that department listed in this tab. So I can see everybody that's actually part of, and of course this will make sense when it's all stacked up. I can see everybody that's part of the teaching department. So if I select Fred, I pick management department. Fred and management department, I'll see that his department is flagged here, and I can see the information regarding this individual department broken down. Hang on, sorry, there's some confusion there. This is the individual contact, yes. So this is the individual contact. They're part of the management department, and this is the information that you normally have on the contact screen. There is a new section for staff information where you can link that contact to, if you toggle it on to being a staff member, you can link them to a business. You can then, of course, link them to a department, and then, of course, you can override the defaults for the annual leave and time to log per week, which should auto-load based on what I pick up here, business and department. So, of course, department, if there's any settings set, it should override these. The business obviously will override them if they're set at the initial stage. The department will then override the business. So the closest contact will be department overrides business, and business is always set as the default. The contact level settings, of course, will override any of the above two settings. So that is essentially how we're going to be grouping at the moment. We've proposed to group the different departments and businesses throughout the contact system. If anybody has any feedback on that, you can let us know. We're open to improvements as we talked about before, so there's no problem making some suggestions. Thank you all. Bye-bye.